Hello internet friends, how's it going? Eddie here from Model Train People, and I just wanted to show you guys the start of what's eventually going to be my basement layout that will be called the Guyandotte secondary. So this is just a quick overview of the space that I'm working with. Alright, so working against the clock here, it's 8:30, so that means the baby's going to wake up any minute, so let's see what I can knock out with this. So this is the space that I'm working with. Probably about, we'll call it a 14 by 10 area to set stuff up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take over this corner here, and this is going to become the Guyandotte secondary. It's going to be in T-Trak, so in scale. You can see some of the modules that are already kind of set up here. It'll be about 17 modules in total. I think that was the last time I did the math. And I'll post the track plan at the end of this video so you guys can kind of see what exactly I'm planning on doing and how the operation should look. But kind of bottom line is it's going to be set up on foldable tables, 8-foot tables going up against this wall here, and then two 6-foot tables are going to go over here. So far leg will be 8 feet, and then this long leg here is going to be about 12 and a half, 13 feet long. And it's going to allow me to model both coal operations as well as local industry support in and around Huntington, Barbersville, and Logan, West Virginia. So set the modern era. It's going to be CSX focused with a little bit of some C&O and chassis flavor to it, depending on some of the models I get added to my collection. And it's going to be a homage to the area that my family is originally from in southern West Virginia. So I think it's probably going to take me about 12 to 18 months to get it completed. My goal is to have as much of the modules finished with regards to being actually built and with track on them and able to run trains here by the end of March, beginning of April timeframe. So we'll see how it goes with that. But yeah, this is the space that will, I guess you guys are going to get really familiar with as I provide you guys updates with how this is going. I was originally thinking about doing like a U shape and putting it kind of taking over the entirety of the basement down here, or at least this little open area. And then I was also playing with the idea of like doing an H with like a triple or a quad coming off of whatever that layout was. For like a staging yard right here in front of these racks. But look, I love the idea of having like the basement empire, right? I think everybody does, but space is a premium. We just completely gutted this basement this weekend. Actually this last week, and threw a ton of stuff away. So this is the cleanest it has looked since we have lived in this house since May of 2023. So we're trying to keep that going, and really what that means is I'm just going to take up this corner. It's going to get my train fix out of the way, and this will become a multi-purpose kind of hobby space. Painting, you can see the music stuff there. So my wife is into a couple different things, and then just kind of like a community space for our son, us to come down here and, utilize it. So anyway, this is where this is going to live. So one quick thing, just because I'm proud of it, and I'm kind of, your proud dad, proud, homeowner moment. When we bought this house, this had previously been used as a home gym, and like the dude had a really nice setup down here with a couple, like a squat rack. This was a wall of mirrors and like a TV and stuff, a bunch of different equipment, and then he was deadlifting right here, and you can kind of see where barbell was, weights on either side of that, and these 4 little spots here, 1, 2, 3, 4, were open pits of rocks, and they've been that way for about 18 months. So yesterday, finally said, F it, came down here and filled them. Quickrete's down. I think it's mostly done curing now. But, yeah, so it's not a open construction zone down here anymore, meaning that this room is going to get a lot more use out of it for us. And then really just because I don't know, like, look, man, I'm bush league when it comes to this stuff. So it's 50-50 how long it holds out. But we'll put some rugs down here, really tie the room together and just make it a more usable and livable space for everybody. So. Okay, so here we are in Google Earth. This is just to show you guys kind of where exactly this layout exists in case you aren't familiar with the Mid-Atlantic or the Ohio River Valley. Ohio River Basin, whatever. So West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, right in the confluence here is Huntington, West Virginia. And in this area, this is known as the tri-state area. Not this tri-state area or this tri-state area, this tri-state area. And in particular, the Guyandotte secondary follows a confluence of the Guyandotte River, which is this little river here that empties into the Ohio River up here, just east of Huntington, and is basically set in an alternate timeline where around Beech Fork Lake, which is immediately south of Huntington, a bituminous coal seam was discovered in the late 50s, early 60s, and this track became an industrial spur that supported that mine, and then into what is now the present day, an industrial park that comes out of the Barbersville area. So very focused on local operations, as well as coal ops off of the Kanawha sub here, which goes into downtown Huntington and then kind of follows this confluence of I-64. And then if I can scroll down here and try to find it, you can see here, this is the Logan subdivision that kind of goes down into the coal fields here in Logan County. The original plan with this was to model industries in and around Logan. This area is where my family is originally from, about 2 or 3 generations ago, and we still have some family, like 1 or 2 people that are living in Logan. But since a lot of the mines have closed down, and since Logan has kind of taken a turn for the worst, people have left, are either sitting up in Huntington, a couple in Charleston, St. Albans, and then in and around Michigan and Ohio. But doing research for this area, it's literally nothing but coal. You can only do so much for me, right? Like, your mileage may vary with that, but I wanted to focus more on some of the other industries that do exist within the tri-state area. So on the layout, and I'll show you guys this here immediately when I'm done with that. If you look over here, in this is the Big Sandy River, which is the border between Kentucky and West Virginia. There's a major, it kind of popped up, cool. This is Marathon's Big Sandy River refinery. Although I don't want to do the refinery, just because I feel like having both coal and a refinery operation would probably be a little bit of overkill on the space that I'm working with. This is going to allow me kind of an entry to automotive oil distribution based off of things coming off of this refinery. Additionally, another industry that I'm going to do, which, if I remember correctly, right here. Okay, this is a distribution center here it's like an industrial toll or a plastic toll, and basically what comes in here is covered hopper cars full of like plastic pellets, and this is then turned into additional plastic products that are then shipped out of this area here, out of this building. Yeah, those are probably the two that will come out of this that aren't coal, and then a scrap yard and a logistics center. Because why not? What major Rust Belt city is complete without those? So anyway, this is the area. Just kind of some gee whiz. Huntington is named after the founder of Chesapeake, Ohio. And then this little, you can see the Guyandotte Elementary School. This little town here, little neighborhood of Huntington, is is known as Guyandotte, and it's the original French settlement in the area, dating back, I think, to the 18th century, if I remember correctly. Doing that research, maybe a little earlier in the I want to say 1640s, I think is the earliest that they had some sort of settlement or camp here. Again, a lot of fur trading and things in this area, as the French were kind of getting a feel for their territorial holdings in the New World, and this was part of that. Anyway, this is the for context, the geographical location of where the layout exists in the real world. And so now here, this is the layout. This is SCARM, if you guys aren't familiar with it. Layout building software. AnyRail is the other one, and I think AnyRail is a little nicer. But I know this. I need to take some time and actually learn AnyRail. But for right now, this serves my purposes. All these hashes right here represent the boundaries of individual modules. So you have this interchange here. This is a single, double, triple, double, triple, and so on throughout this layout. But kind of the big things here: the primary yard. This is the Guyandotte industrial park here, and this is the track that supports the loading operations for the Mendez mining company. In total, local yard job here, with the option of either using that yard job to service these industries or have another locomotive just go with whatever that yard job does and service these four here, and then another one that empties on this track, and then you just come in and do coal operations. My big things that I wanted out of this layout: first and foremost, I really like continuous running. I like the idea of having a layout and seeing kind of trains, going through the scenery, going past each other. Switching here, basically, once I get bored with that, allows me to have some fun with a switching puzzle here between the empties for the unit trains going down to the Mendez Mining Company, and then the just mainline train comes in here. This functions as staging for the layout. It comes in here, comes back around, dumps off what it needs, and then the yard job does its classification, and then the local comes and then takes it to these industries. What I'm thinking is scrapyard, the automotive oil here, tank cars come in on this track, and then this will actually be inside the building, and they come in here, they get emptied and put into, if you need your 5W30, and then go pick it up at Advanced Auto Parts. This is where this is coming from here. This is actually based off of an idea that was posted by DJ's Trains, I want to say, 2 months ago. And I really want to model that because I like having the idea of some sort of petroleum-based industry in this layout, just because it's such a big part of commercial makeup of Huntington. But I don't want to do that massive refining operation, and just this allows my brain to be able to accept this as part of the layout. The industrial toll here, or the plastic toll, and then this will be Amazon logistics, whatever, between these two. So also fun one here, just because every Kato based layout isn't complete without the double crossover. This also allows for some point-to-point operations from whatever is working. These local deliveries here can come back instead of coming completely up to re-enter the yard. Just come back down here, and gives me the option of, all right, hey, I'm done working all these industries. Cool. Now I can just switch back over, get the empties, and go back into the yard, which will be really cool. All right. Hey, y'all. Good morning. It is the 5th of January. It's about 6 o'clock. Baby's not sleeping well, so that means I'm not sleeping well, so I'm up. But right before I go upstairs and put this video together for you guys, here I just wanted to show you kind of what this now looks like with the table set up. So 8-foot table right there, 2 6-foot tables here, and here's the general kind of shape of how this is going to go with regards to where the modules are going and where everything is going to be set up. So this end cap will eventually go away, but just it's here for the sake of showing how far out it's going to go at this extreme. But yeah, you can kind of see where it lines up to where things are identified on the previous track plan. And then this side over here where the coal mine is going to go is the most put together, relatively speaking, space there for where I'll put the single, and then the inside corner will go here. This will be interesting. I'm curious to see kind of how big and what the dimensions look like once this gets put into place. Just kind of see from a reaching perspective, but nothing that requires switching or kind of that full, like, hey, if I need to access it, I'm not really going to put anything over in this corner just because of the challenge of trying to get around everything. But yeah. All right, so that's the layout in the space. I hope you guys enjoy this, we'll call it icebreaker to what hopefully is going to be at least an entertaining time as this thing builds out. If you have any comments or questions, dump them in the comment section or shoot me an email or any of us an email at modeltrainpeople@gmail.com. And can't wait to see you in the next one.